Okay, so this one is a Kirchhoff centrifugal compressor. So I told you the compressor curve is based on the equation tau omega divided by capital W, that is a function of Ti into Pd by Pi, where Pd by Pi is the compressor ratio. Okay, so you can see that this compressor ratio is a nonlinear function of tau omega divided by W. Okay, so here you can see that with respect to the increase of torque, the compressor ratio will increase non-linearly. Similarly, with respect to the angular speed, it will increase, the compressor ratio will increase. Similarly, with respect to the increase of flow rate of that fluid, the compressor ratio will decrease non-linearly. Okay, I am saying about the compressor ratio. I can say the discharge pressure if Pi is constant. If Pi is constant, then compressor ratio is increasing or decreasing means Pd is increasing or decreasing. The discharge pressure is increasing or decreasing. So this curve is drawn by using this relationship where assume that Pi is constant. The suction pressure is assumed constant. Okay, so suction pressure, then torque, then W, these are assumed constant. So with respect to the variation of the mass flow rate of fluid, the variation of discharge pressure, that one is plotted here. So this is one curve. Okay, so what is happening if suction pressure is not constant? If suction pressure is constant, not constant, as per this relationship, at a particular flow rate, even if the compressor ratio is constant, with respect to the variation of suction pressure, definitely discharge pressure will change. For example, at this particular flow rate, okay, so this one is the discharge pressure. So please note, if I told you these two quantity are constant, so corresponding to this flow rate means this W is also constant, means all these quantity are constant, means compressor ratio is constant. Okay, so at that point, if suction pressure is changing means definitely or proportionally discharge pressure will change. So if there any change, if there any decrease in suction pressure, definitely discharge pressure will decrease to the lower curve. Okay, but please note, at a particular flow rate, if all other parameters are constant, then compressor ratio is constant, means Pd by Pi is constant. Okay, so for our explanatory purpose, we are assuming that except W, all other parameters like tau, omega and Ti are constant. Speed, omega, torque, tau, and suction temperature, Ti are constant. Okay, only compressor ratio is changing with respect to W. Is it okay? So please note that. So by using this compressor, so what we have in this particular figure, this is flow rate, this is discharge pressure, y-axis is discharge pressure. These three curves are the compressor curves. These three are the compressor curves with respect to different Pi, where tau and W are constant, tau, W and Ti are constant. These are different curves with respect to different Pi. Okay. Now this dotted line is the efficiency curve. These are the efficiency curve. So towards this side, the efficiency is maximum. Towards this surge line, efficiency is minimum. Okay, and this one is the surge line. Surge line means the point at which the slope of the curve is becoming negative, means the point at which the system is becoming stable. So that one is surge line. So left to that surge line, the compressor is unstable, means the flow is reversed, and right to that surge line, the compressor is stable. It is giving stable operation. So this one is about Kirchhoff centrifugal compressor. We already discussed about that in last class. So today we are going to discuss about the control of centrifugal compressor. Okay. So if you are discussing about the control of centrifugal compressor, the purpose of that compressor, that we have to know why we are using compressor. For two different purposes we can use compressor. The main purpose is the compressor is compressor is used to maintain the pressure constant. Compressor is used to maintain the discharge pressure at a very high value, and that value must be constant. That one is one purpose. Second purpose is compressor is used to transport the gas from one point to another point. So at that point there is no need to maintain a constant discharge pressure. We need to maintain a particular pressure that is sufficient to overcome the system friction. That is sufficient. So it is known as Moseley friction. Okay. So two different applications are there. First one is maintaining a constant pressure, constant high discharge pressure, and second one is it is used to achieve the flow rate. These are the two different purposes. So for these two different purposes, we can manipulate either the suction pressure or suction line, or we can manipulate the discharge pressure in order to achieve these two. Okay. So first one, we are going to discuss about the suction throttling. We are throttling the inlet side, that we are going to discuss. So the control of centrifugal compressor. So the first topic is suction throttling constant pressure system. Means the suction side is throttled to maintain a constant pressure. So that is our first topic. Okay. So take this diagram. I think you already have this diagram. So the topic is suction throttling for constant pressure requirement. So that one is our topic. Okay. So I told you this is compressor symbol, centrifugal compressor symbol. Okay. So this one is the inlet side. This one is a discharge line. So here we are throttling the inlet side. Here we are throttling the inlet side. Inlet pressure we are throttling. So this one is a pressure control valve, not flow control valve. This one is a pressure control valve, which is used to throttle the suction line, suction pressure. Okay. So this is PI. This is PI. Then this is PD. This is PD. This is PD. So this is PD. Then this is inlet pressure. Okay. So now, for explaining purpose, assume that this one is a current operating point. This one is the current operating point. Is it okay? So now, corresponding to this operating point, this one is the flow rate is say around 9.6 kilo LBM, okay, or gallons per minute. Assume that this is 9.6 kilo or 9,600 gallons per minute, this flow rate. And corresponding to this operating point, say the pressure is 144 psi. So the operating point is 9,600, 144. So that one is the operating point. Okay. Due to some reason, the flow demand is changed to something around 5,900 flow rate, 5,900 gallons per minute. So due to some reason, the flow rate is decreased to 5,900 gallons per minute from 9,600 gallons per minute. So automatically what will happen? The compressor will follow the corresponding curve, that is curve 1, because this point is lying on curve 1. So with respect to the degrees of flow rate, compressor will follow the curve 1 to this operating point, where corresponding to 5,900 flow rate, the pressure is 190 psi. Please note, even if the flow is changed, the system requires a constant pressure. So here what is happening? Here with respect to the change of flow, the pressure is also changed from 144 psi to 190 psi. Okay, so during the discussion about the curves of compressor, I told you if omega, that is speed, torque, tau, and Ti are constant, then what will change with respect to the flow rate? With respect to the flow rate, actually the compressor ratio is changed. Actually, not discharge pressure is changed. Actually, the compressor ratio is changed. But here, as the suction pressure is constant, then compressor ratio is changed means discharge pressure is changed. Am I correct? So please note, with respect to the flow rate, the ratio, compressor ratio, PD by PI is changed. Okay. Interestingly, the suction pressure is constant. So PD by PI is changed means indirectly PD is changed. And that PD is changed to so PD is changed means the with respect to the change in flow rate, compressor ratio is changed means PD is changed to 190 psi. Okay, now what we need? We need to maintain the pressure at a constant value. That is, at 144 psi, we have to maintain the pressure. Now, can you suggest a method to maintain pressure? So here, what I am trying to say is, this is operating point. Current operating point is this one. That is 144 psi, 9,600 gallons per minute. That one is operating point. Due to some reason, the flow is changed. So if flow is changing, definitely compressor will follow its curve. So currently operating point 1 is lying on curve 1. So with respect to the degrees of flow rate, curve will follow, means compressor will follow curve 1 to the new point 4, operating point 4, where the flow rate is 5,900 gallons per minute and pressure is 190 psi. Okay, so what is happening with respect to the degrees of flow rate? The pressure is increased to 190 psi from 144 psi. But here we want to maintain the pressure at 144 psi because here we require a constant pressure system. So we want to maintain the pressure at 144 psi. So in order to select a mechanism, first we have to know what is happening. Please note, please go through that curve equation that we discussed in the previous slide. So in curve equation, I told you, if the remaining parameters like angular speed omega, torque tau, suction temperature Ti, if all these three are constant, then with respect to the degrees of the flow rate, compressor ratio PD by PI will increase. With respect to degrees of flow rate, because it is inversely non-linearly proportional to flow rate W. So compressor ratio will increase if the flow rate is decreasing. So here the interesting thing is, I told you, for a time being suction pressure is constant. If suction pressure is constant, then compressor ratio is increased means actually what is increasing? Discharge pressure is increased because suction pressure is constant. So please note that the PD is equal to 190 psi corresponding to 5,900 flow rate. PD is equal to 190 psi. So for explaining purpose, assume that PI is constant. For a time being, I told you PI is constant and that PI is 19 psi. So the compressor ratio is 10, means the compressor ratio is increased from some value to 10. Due to the degrees of flow rate, compressor ratio is increased from some value. Say here I told you, here the discharge pressure is 144 psi, suction pressure is constant, that is 19 psi. So 144 divided by 19 is the compressor ratio corresponding to operating point 1. So definitely that is less than 10. Some say for convenience say 6 or 7. So that compressor ratio is increased to 10 with respect to the degrees of flow rate. And so that one is shown here. Now what we want to do? We want to decrease this compressor discharge pressure to 144 psi. What we can do? That is my question. So what we can do? Any suggestion? No suggestion? So I told you, actually with respect to the compressor operation, compressor ratio is increasing with respect to the degrees of flow rate, not discharge pressure actually, directly. But here we can witness an increase in discharge pressure. The reason is suction pressure is constant, 19 psi. Corresponding to operating point 1 and corresponding to operating point 4, means corresponding to these 2 points, the suction pressure is 19 psi. The only thing is the compressor ratio is increased. So definitely discharge pressure will increase. Now we want to maintain the discharge pressure at 140, this is 144 psi. Okay, so please note, if flow rate is remains at 5900 gallons per minute, compressor ratio will be 10. So the question is what we can do in order to maintain the compressor ratio at 140, in order to maintain the compressor discharge pressure at 144 psi, what we can do? We can decrease the suction pressure. Am I correct? Is it okay, all of you? No response. Okay. So, okay, very good. So, please note, in order to maintain the pressure at a constant value, that is 144 psi. So, once again I am repeating. So, initially the operating point is 1. Due to the degrees of flow rate, the compressor will follow curve 1, means the compressor ratio will increase with respect to the degrees of flow rate from 9600 to 5900 gallons per. But here the compressor ratio is not noted, the discharge pressure is noted. The reason is suction pressure is assumed to be constant. For a particular curve, suction pressure is constant. So say the suction pressure is 90 throughout this curve, suction pressure is 90. Okay, so only discharge pressure is changing, and that discharge pressure is changed from 144 psi to 190 psi. So this is 190 psi. So I told you, throughout this curve, suction pressure is constant. So for explanatory purpose, say that is 19 psi. So definitely what is the compressor ratio? PD by PI, that is 10. But here we want to maintain the pressure at a constant value, that is 144 psi, because this one is a current value. So we need to maintain this one at 144 psi. So if we want to maintain the pressure at 144 psi, what will be the flow rate? Whether it is 9600, whether it is 5900, what will be the flow rate? If we want to maintain the pressure at 144 psi, definitely we need to reduce the suction pressure. For explanatory purpose, corresponding to operating point 4, the suction pressure is 19, discharge pressure is 190. So in order to decrease the discharge pressure to 144 psi, that one is shown here. What we want to reduce? We want to reduce the suction pressure. If you are reducing the suction pressure, the compressor curve will shift from curve 1 to curve 2, where curve 2 is associated with suction pressure 14 psi. So definitely operating point will shift from 4 to 2. So this one is the new operating point after this throttling. After this suction throttling, after throttling the suction pressure to 14 psi, compressor curve will shift from curve 1 to curve 2, where the suction pressure is 14 psi. The compressor ratio is not changed because corresponding to this flow rate, compressor ratio is 10. So suction pressure is reduced to 14, means PD is also reduced to 144 psi. Okay. So please note, even if we want a decrease of this much pressure, actually what we are throttling? We are not throttling this PD, we are actually throttling PI. We are throttling the suction line. Okay, so you can see that corresponding to this point, the suction pressure is 19. Okay, corresponding to this point, again suction pressure is 19, because corresponding to this curve, suction pressure is not changed. Now in order to decrease the discharge pressure from 190 to 144, what we are doing? We are decreasing the suction pressure to 14. So how much pressure that we removed from the inlet side? From the inlet side, we removed, so this is actually 14.4, because 144 divided by 14.4 is 10. Okay, so 19 minus 14.4, the pressure that we removed from the inlet side is 5.6 psi. Okay, so by removing this much pressure 5.6 psi from the suction line, we can maintain the discharge pressure at 144 psi. Okay, so this one is operation. Please note here we pick two discrete values 9600 and 5900 for explanatory purpose. Actually the variation of flow rate is a continuous one, not a discrete one. It is continuously changing. So if it is changing to this point, we want to change the curve from this point to this point. So here another curve is through this point. Now from this point, if the flow rate is decreased to this value, then it will follow this curve. Now what we want to do? We want to decrease inlet pressure from this point to this point. So actually the throttling is a continuous one. So this one is a continuous controller. This one is not a on-off controller or a discrete state controller. This one is a continuous controller. But explanatory purpose, we consider two entirely different operating points for explanatory purpose. And with respect to that two operating point, this one is operation. So please note this operating point 4 is a virtual one. Actually the compressor will not go to this point. Before that the curve will shift to curve 2. Okay, so from this operating point the operating condition is shifted directly to this particular one. Okay, so first one, consider about these two entirely different operating conditions. This is operating condition 1, this is operating condition 2, this one is a current operating condition, this one is a new operating condition. Okay, after reducing the suction pressure, this one is a new operating condition. Why we are reducing suction pressure? Because the flow rate is decreased. So in order to maintain the discharge pressure, suction pressure is reduced. Now corresponding to, I told you, corresponding to operating point 1, the flow rate is 9600. Okay, so you can see that this flow rate is like this operating point is lying on curve 1. And you can see that curve 1 is stable from this point onwards. Up to this point, the system is unstable. From this point onwards, the curve 1 is stable. So what is this flow rate? What is the flow rate corresponding to this? What is this point? This point is known as the surge point. What is surge point? Surge point is a point from which the system is compressor is becoming stable. Up to that point, the compressor is unstable, flow reversal is the vibration will occur. So this one is a surge point, and the flow rate corresponding to that surge point is known as the surge flow. So the flow rate corresponding to the surge point is known as surge flow. Means from that flow onwards, curve 1 is giving stable system. Okay, so now you can see that operating point corresponding to operating point 1, the flow rate is 9600. And the corresponding surge flow is 4400. So what is the ratio? The ratio is something greater than 200%. Am I correct? So something around 9600 divided by 320. So this is the surge line. The surge limit is a wrong one. So actually this one is a peak value. So corresponding to that, the surge flow is 3200. So what is the normalized or percentage ratio value? Around 300%. So what I am trying to say is, corresponding to operating point 1, the flow rate is 9600, and the corresponding surge flow, means this one is lying on curve 1, so corresponding surge flow is 3200 around. So that is around 300%. What is the importance of this ratio? This ratio is very important. Please note that the ratio states that operating point 1 is highly stable. I told you from this point onwards, towards this right side, the system is stable. So relatively stable means if you are comparing, so relative stability is used to compare two different systems. So 300% means this operating point is lying in a highly stable region. Now, what is happening if the flow rate is reduced? If the flow rate is reduced, then operating point is shifted to this point by reducing the suction pressure. So the suction pressure is, by reducing the suction pressure, operating point is shifted to this point. So you can see that corresponding to operating point 2, the flow rate is 5,900. The flow rate is 5,900. And that operating point is lying on curve 2. That operating point is lying on curve 2. Okay. So say this one is the maximum flow rate, means surge flow rate. Say this is something around 3,400. 3,400. So what is the ratio now? Now you can see that the ratio is something around, this is not, it's a rough value, something around 175%. So what is the meaning? Can you say? What is the meaning? What's happened? So here you can see that the ratio is decreased. What ratio is decreased? The flow rate divided by the ratio between the operating flow and the surge flow. That one is decreased. That ratio is decreased. Means operating point 2 is very close to that unstable point. This one is unstable point. At this point the system is becoming unstable. So here the relative stability is small. Means what is happening? If the flow rate is decreasing, with respect to the degrees of flow rate, we decrease the suction pressure. Why we are decreasing the suction pressure? In order to maintain the constant pressure, in order to maintain the discharge pressure at a constant value, suction pressure is decreased. So what is happening to the relative stability? Relative stability is decreased. Relative stability is decreased. Okay. So please note this value. If the operating point is 2, the relative stability is 175. We need this value to compare the suction throttling for constant pressure and suction throttling for mostly friction. The next one is mostly friction. In order to compare these two, we need this value. So corresponding to constant pressure, this one is a relative stability. Okay, so this is one point that you have to remember. Definitely relative stability is decreased. So we have to compare how much, what is the decrease in relative stability if it is a constant pressure case and if it is a mostly friction case. That we have to know. Okay, so please note this value. This is 175 pressure, 175 percentage. That one is a relative stability. The second thing that you have to note is here you can see that even if we want to reduce the disturbed pressure from 190 psi, that is this point, to 144 psi, actually what we are throttling? We are manipulating the suction line, where we are reducing the suction pressure from 19 psi to 14.4 psi. Is it okay? We are reducing the suction pressure from 19 psi to 14.4 psi. Is it okay? Means the size of control valve required is small because the operating range of the suction pressure is very small. We want to reduce or we want to remove a very small amount of quantity from the inlet side. Means we want to reduce the pressure from 19 psi to 14 psi. Means the range of operation is small, so the control valve size required is also small. So that one is the second advantage. Okay. So please note that the size of control valve required is small. Now the relative stability is decreased to 175%. So please note these two things.